Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Week in Basketball. I'm your host, Mr. TJ, and I have with me my co-host,
You Sharp, here in the building.
Yeah, and we are back again to bring you guys the news so that you don't got to go looking for it yourself. And what do you think of today's lineup, Mayu? We got quite some events to share with the people.
Yeah, man, it's a good lineup we got. Just want to make updates. Wanted to start off with some bittersweet news. We are not having our tournament April 16th. We just got to get back to just making sure that we have a good quality events for our players and for our staff, as well as for our spectators coming to watch the game. So we will be canceling April 16th tournament in Forest Park, Georgia, and we will be resuming June 18th for Father's Day in New York City. So for all those people who ain't used to celebrating for Father's Day, this is the year to come out, celebrate. We will have tickets and registration on sale in the upcoming weeks. But let's get this show started. I don't want to jib jab the whole time, so let's get right on into it.
All right. Well, with that being said, first story of the night is we're going to talk about the playoff race. We're going to talk about it in the East and in the West. There we go.
That's an interesting list, especially with the Knicks on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's good for the Knicks. They got both teams on there. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's new. But that's good for New York. Go Brooklyn. Go, I guess, Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Go Manhattan. The Bucks, they've been running strong for the past few years, several years actually, with Giannis dominating out there. So that's a good look. Boston Celtics, I'm happy for them. You got Tatum, and you got what's his name? You got Smart, you got Horford, you got Gordon, I believe is still there. Jaylen Brown. So we got this play-in tournament who plays for the 7th and 8th seed. So I say the Heat will come out out of that game with the Hawks, and then if the Bulls and the Raptors were to play, I'm taking the Bulls. DeRozan out there is a stud. Zach LaVine, those are my guys out there. So I'll take the Bulls over the Raptors. Someone who's outside of the playoff, I don't really see any of those teams making it into the play-in. I think this is set right now. So on the East.
Gotcha. All right, cool, man. Good take. Next take we're going to dive right into the Western Conference.
Thank you, my guy.
Of course, man. Thank you to Twitter and the NBA for putting up this beautiful graphic for us, making our lives easy, bringing you this news. So let's talk about the West, man. What do we have going on here?
So the West, we got Denver Nuggets. I mean, they're a great seasonal team, playoff team. We'll see. I hope they do really good this year. We got Memphis. You know who it is over there. Ja Morant and them boys. They coming at you. They coming at your neck. So
live and direct.
No lasers.
Chickity, check yourself before you riggedy, wreck yourself.
No lasers. So we got the Kings out here balling. De'Aaron Fox has been a stud, especially since he cut his hair and went with the fade. So shout out to the fade, shout out to his barber. And we got Sabonis. He out here doing this thing too. He built for this. The Suns, man, I don't know what's going to happen. It seems like there's like a curse over there somewhere in Phoenix. Chris Paul, I mean, come on, guy. I wish you the best, but stay healthy. Durant, he already bummed his ankle in practice. So
yeah, man,
I don't know.
That's tough. I
don't know what's happening there. You got Steph Curry with the Golden State Warriors and Jordan.
Were they just at number 5? Were they just number like 7 or 8, like top?
Oh yeah, they've been making some runs, especially with Klay Thompson coming in doing this thing. So Clippers, even though Westbrook has been going, having an up and down initiation, they have been still doing their thing, and Westbrook is getting it done. So I'm happy for him.
Cool, man. My other question still remains for this conference. Who do you think could possibly lose their standing right now that's in, and who do you think could possibly clinch a spot?
Shoot, man. I think OKC could lose their standing in the playoff tournament, and I'm going to put my Mavericks in there, of course. I got to do it.
It's not biased at all, bro. That's a very objective take, my friend.
Yeah. I gotta put my Mavericks in there.
No doubt. Cool, man. So with that being said, we're gonna transition to our third story of the day off of here, which is the Mavericks' current standing and can they make it?
Oh man.
So this one's personal. So I'm gonna hand this one right over to you, but go ahead.
Man,
Just let us know what you think.
Kyrie, I love you, Kyrie. You're my guy. I like what you represent, but it's taking a little time for you to gel over there in Dallas. And, you know, we appreciate you being there, but the timing of this so late in the season of the Mavs having to figure out how to gel with new teammates. I hope this isn't bad timing, and I hope we can get it together to make it to the playoffs, because it's been, I don't remember the playoff not having the Mavericks in the playoffs. So this is I gotta see, man.
I didn't mean to laugh at you.
Of course you will laugh at me. Y'all used to this in New York. Y'all used to not making the playoffs. So
hey, that's true. That's true. Especially the Knicks. Oh, yeah, man. It's brutal being a Knicks fan, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
At least the Nets got us into the playoffs a few times.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but so okay. So do you think they can make it? Like realistically, do you think they're gonna clinch a spot?
So yeah, I think they can make it. It will definitely show that Luka and Kyrie are clutch players. Mm-hmm. So if they are as clutch as I've seen them in the past, they will make it to the playoffs.
Sure, man. So with that being said, a team, very surprisingly, it brings us to our next story. A team, very surprisingly, that has made it to the playoffs recently are the Sacramento Kings. And they haven't done this in 16 years. Yeah. All right. And now this is when I remember, this is the team that I was a fan of. That playoff team they had back in the day had Vlade Divac, Mike Bibby, Chris Webber. There was a fifth person.
Stojakovic, Chris Webber.
They had
Mike Bibby, Vlade Divac.
Who else was on that team? It'll come back to me. But what are your thoughts on this one while I look that team up real quick?
Oh man, it's great for them. I mean, it's been a while. They have a minority owner over there, so I think it's very, very good for them to be able to make it to the playoffs after him taking over quite a few years ago. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a stud, man. Like I said, since he got that haircut, that fade, he's been a beast. And it just seems like he's gotten quicker. You know, the rookie that they have over there, he's pretty solid. Number 13, can't think of his name off the top of the head, but he's pretty solid guy. And then, like I said, Sabonis, he's been killing it ever since he got in the league and started with the Pacers. So that was a good addition to their team as well.
Right on. Yeah, they had, it looks like they had Meta World Peace, or Ron Artest, he was going by at that time.
Oh, yeah, you
like
definitely
they had
not gonna.
or Weber at that time. I don't see their names on this roster. Bonzi Wells was
Bonzi.
I remember that guy. Who else from this team? I swear they had Chris Webber and Divac around this time. Maybe that was a few years before.
That was a while. That was like 2000 maybe
like a couple of years before that. Either way, shout out to the Kings. How far do you think the Kings are going to take it? And that's my last question. Then we're going to go to the next story.
I don't think they're going to get out the first round. Oh, so we got a shout out to Hedo Hercule and Doug Christie. That's who finished off the Kings that year.
Right.
Hercule and Doug Christie.
Those guys were like clutch.
Solid.
Yeah, I remember those guys, Hercule and Doug Christie. I was taking a Doug Christie, but I was getting them messed up with Tayshaun Prince.
Hey, they look alike.
Right.
What a little bit of Matt Barnes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's bring us to our next story. LeBron James is playing well after his injury. What do you think about that, Maya?
I think it's spectacular. Like LeBron James never cease to amaze me. When you think he's out, he's like, you wait. I'm still in it to win it.
Yeah.
This foot ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I still think him preserving himself and investing in just, nutrition and wellness as much as he did is probably one of the reasons why he's getting over his injury so well, So shout out to LeBron, and maybe more players will take a page out of his book. He should write a book on what he does, by the way.
Oh, man,
I'll read it.
I mean, discipline, you got to start off with that, man. Discipline, dedication. I mean, he's a physical specimen from the gods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't write that in a book. I thought he was going to have to get surgery, but the fact that he didn't have to get surgery, That's amazing. And he playing like he never got hurt. So
yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. So that brings us to our next story. Bradley Beale got into an altercation recently. What's going on with Bradley Beale, man? I mean, apparently there's footage of it on TMZ. I don't know if we'll play the footage here, but what's going on with Bradley?
Man, hey folks, don't let this article fool you. Bradley Beale is a good dude. You know, people have their days and people make mistakes. You know, these fans be saying some wild stuff. So but from my understanding, the fan only said, hey, you messed up my bet and now I'm out of $1,300, you Palangi. And that's what he called him. And I'm just like, that doesn't mean you go over there and slap him over the head, but you know, he probably just wasn't having it that day. He was just like, man, I can't take this, and just went slap off, literally.
Yeah, it says here the police TMZ Sports reported earlier this week that Bradley Beale was being investigated by police for an alleged confrontation with fans during a game against the Orlando Magic on March 21st. And additional information about the situation started to come out. The police complaint was filed against Beale on March 22nd, one day after the Magic defeated the Washington Wizards at the Amway Center. Per TMZ, one member of the group yelled to Beale, "He effed me out of 1,300, you F." The Wizards star walked towards the fans and appeared to knock the hat off one of the guys' heads in response to the heckle. He also called the fans' comment disrespectful. Yeah, you know, listen, man, that's we don't condone violence, and you know, like you said, maybe he was having a bad day or something, and you know, maybe that wasn't the best response. You know, additionally, maybe that fan shouldn't be betting $1,300 on games. And additionally, when he loses his money, maybe he also shouldn't heckle the giant NBA basketball player that's like 5 feet in front of him and not expect any kind of consequence, right? You know, it's just so lessons learned all around, you know?
Yeah, it's part of the NBA experience, I guess. He probably loved it.
He probably did.
He probably loved it. Slap my hat off again, man. That was awesome.
Speaking of NBA players getting a little aggressive, this brings us to our next story. The Hawks' Trae Young was ejected for throwing a ball at an official, and he is now one technical foul away from suspension.
Oh boy, these players are getting testy. I don't know what's happening. Could it be the refs? Could it be the generation that we're in? You know, but I mean, from what I saw, Trae Young passed the ball right to the ref, forcefully, I must say, but the ref caught it, gave him a technical foul, and threw him out the game. I think the texts are, I think the texts are a little bit much. The refs seem a bit emotional these days, where they're, you know, causing or have something to do with the outcome of the game. I mean, it seems like they're making their calls based off of how they feel and not what they see on the basketball court.
So here we have the incident in question. That's a pretty strong pass. But we don't even really get to see him. See if they play it more. He walks off. He's obviously distraught. Yeah, I don't know if he intended to hurt the ref per se, or if he was probably just in the heat of that, reacting to that moment, you know, from the looks of it.
I mean, he's an accurate passer, so I could imagine he wanted it to get a little close to the ref.
Maybe I'm trying to give the brother the benefit of the doubt, but
hey, man, I say everybody need to chill out.
Yeah,
that's what I gotta say.
That's fair, man. So with that being said, that brings us to our next story. Speaking of referees, Ben Taylor, NBA official, has been demoted.
Good for him.
What do you have to say about that one, Mike?
I'm sure he deserved it. Just like these players allegedly or apparently deserve $25K for saying something about the ref. That's the least that should have happened, is him getting demoted. Now they should start finding these refs, and maybe they'll tighten up. Don't y'all got a ref school or something they could brush up on their skills or something?
So it says here, right? Fred Van Vliet's harsh criticism of referee Ben Taylor was nothing short of unprecedented. As a result, Van Vliet received a fine from the league office, and the media began to explore Taylor's role as an official. Maybe we could get his criticism on another video, but it seems like that kind of sparked things off. Yeah,
I mean, Fred Van Vliet, he doesn't really say much. Pretty cool, low key. So the fact that he's spoke out about this ref, and you know, the fact that he's getting a technical foul in general is wild. I mean, that says a lot that he's getting technical fouls. So I say there's something going on here. Just like I always say, it's something going on.
Hmm.
Smells like fish.
Well, with that being said, maybe we can break down what he actually said next time. But my whole take is the refereeing in the NBA, there needs to be more scrutiny. If the refs can hand out consequences like their chocolate bars, then so maybe they should be held to some kind of standard as well. That brings us to our next story, which is kind of a highlight, and that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander grabs a rebound with the shoe in his hand and then leads the fast break. So we're gonna this is a play here that's I thought it was funny, but we're just gonna show you guys this play. Can you see this, Mario?
I sure can.
All right, fair use, by the way, NBA fair use.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice step. Oh, yeah, lay jelly. Oh, man, what the hell? How you just gonna let him? How you gonna let him just step on my foot like that? Get my shoe, man. Look, hold on. Let me do something. Let me take something right quick. Here, man. Here, man. Hold on, get on me, man. I gotta put my shoe on. Get on me, man. Dang, let me hold on, man. I gotta put my shoe on. Hold on. Time out, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, so he goes up for the rebound, comes down, loses his shoe.
Well, he stepped on my shoe. Call it. Come on. Let me get my shoe, man. Hold on. Hold on.
This is my favorite part right here, right? Where he transitions from being where he's still arguing, right? But he's so aware of the play. Why?
Oh, rebound. You got a rebound. I got you.
He's coming in arguing.
I got you. Hold on. Hold that for me. I'll be right there.
Oh man, amazing. So, anything else on SGA? What do you think about this guy as a player?
Man, he is a solid cat. He's been a great draft pick for the OKC Thunder. He reminds me of Ray Allen coming into the league, smooth, efficient, and just goes after it. Definitely a dog in the basketball world, and his fashion is pretty interesting. He's pretty swaggerific, so good guy.
Shout out to SGA. That's a funny play too. Actually, when we saw it before, I was actually laughing. I thought it was hilarious. Which brings us to our next play, which is a series of highlights. Bronny James apparently had a good showing at the McDonald's All American. We're gonna watch some highlights here. Fair use, everybody. Fair use. We reserve our right to use these videos for educational purposes. So yeah, man, what do you think about Bronny?
Bronny sucks. Woo for tree. He can shoot better than his father could coming out of high school.
I heard that before.
Just
his jump shot is pretty refined. I've seen some highlights.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Butterworth. I mean, I can imagine how LeBron feels just knowing that he's this close to possibly playing basketball in the NBA with his son. One more year. Whole family there.
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
He had a good game, man. I mean, it was all 3-pointers, but I mean, look at it. It's just
what beautiful. A shot. How much did he end up scoring?
15.
15. That's solid. That's solid.
I think he was like 5 for 8, so it's a good percentage.
Yeah, plus we're moving towards a 3-point league. The style of play, he's going to be well suited if he comes into this league right now with a good jumper.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I mean, that's NBA range right there.
Nice. That's good, man. This is hilarious. See him do this. Oh man, yeah. Anything else on Bronny before we close out the show?
Man, that's it, man. Good luck, Bronny. I hope you pick the right school for you. I don't have to tell you that, but looking forward to see what your future comes with. And stay healthy, man. Keep having fun.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bronny. Keep doing your thing, Bronny. Keep doing your thing.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah, brother. Man. So with that being said, This Week in Basketball 004, another one in the books. We bringing you the news here. You got to go see it for yourself. Any last words for the people before we head out, Mayu?
Again, stay tuned. Father's Day tournament, June 18th. I know a lot of y'all don't care about Father's Day, but this is the day to care. Let's start a new tradition to make sure that we can celebrate the fathers out here. And whether you're taking care of your kids or not, we still need the support for some of these guys to, make a difference in their kids' life. So Father's Day, June 18th, 3-on-3 FIBA tournament in New York City. Stay tuned. You can visit us at betterballassociation.net. You find us on Instagram at betterballassociation. That's all I got. I'm out. Relax. Be cool.
Father's Day tournament. Be a good father. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's all we got. That's all we got.